It's me again, finally, for the first time in a million years. I arise from my tomb to make another vlog. A lot has really happened since my last one, but I don't feel like getting into it. Not because it's personal or private, but because it's boring. It's just life, and I don't need to tell you all about it because you all experience life just like me. So to give you, I guess, the bulleted list, I got a new job. It's technically just a new position within the same company that I work at, but I'm not in the same building, I'm not working with the same people as before, and I'm doing something completely different. So it's basically a brand new job. I am making more. Technically, I'm making a lot more, but that means a lot more is taken out for taxes, and with inflation and the cost of just groceries these days, I'm gonna be real with you, it does not feel like I'm making that much more than before, but you know, it is what it is. It looks good for my credit, it looks good for when I start shopping for a house, possibly. That's not happening anytime soon, unfortunately, but I have a new job. So far, I like it a lot better than my old one. The same week, oh excuse me, no, it was the week before I started my new position, we got a new cat. His name is Phoenix. If I remember, I will try to throw up some pictures of him because I don't feel like hunting him down and getting him excited to play. We found him outside, and it seemed like serendipity because we never leave the house once we get home from work, but that one night we left to go get dinner, and he was by my boyfriend's car, and we took him in, and he is microchipped, but nobody has ever contacted us after we took him to the vet, found out he was chipped. They contacted his old owners. I think they left him. He was really skinny and scrawny. He had ticks out the wazoo, and he was matted and just dirty. So I think they left him. And now he's ours. And fortunately, him and Khaleesi are getting along really, really well. And the last bullet on that list is I stopped writing for a while because I get in my head and it sucks, and I focused instead for like 3 straight weeks. I just did nothing but participate in fan fiction because there's not as much expectation there, it's just fun. So for 3 straight weeks I was just writing a shit ton of fan fiction and reading a shit ton of fan fiction, but I got it all out of my system, and I am back to work on my original stuff. And I'm back to vlog in the hopes that, obviously, like most author tubers, I want to be more accountable for my writing. So yeah, I'm doing a Saturday writing vlog in the hopes of getting back into the groove of things. So if you're new to my channel, my name is April K. I'm kind of between genres right now, but I have a trilogy that I self-published for young adults. Urban fantasy, shapeshifters that turn into gargoyles. I love it and I hate it, and it's available on Amazon. If you have a Kindle Unlimited, you can read the whole thing for free, basically. The first one is 100% free. You can just download it for free on Amazon. I am now branching out into more new adult / straight adult, and I make rambling vlogs where I kind of just apologize because my autism and my ADHD and every other thing that just messes me up really turns me into a flaky piece of shit, and I don't film for like months at a time, or I disappear from Instagram for months at a time because I just get in my head and I can't get out. But at the moment I am out. I have made it through this dark tunnel, and yeah, so we're gonna work today. And I already feel like I have talked way too much. What am I working on? If you've watched some of my older vlogs, I had a story called Possibly Maybe, which was about Star, who is a very insecure and awkward fat girl who falls in love with this carefree, beautiful artist named Rossi. I'm rebooting it again because this will be my 3rd time rebooting it, because I decided to kind of add like a little, I guess it's magical realism to it, and this is going to kind of take place in a universe where soulmate markings are real, very much like soulmate AUs in fanfiction, tattoos essentially that manifest that you share with your soulmate. And so Star and Rossi are soulmates, but you know, Star still has to work through her insecurities and feeling bad for Rossi for ending up with Star as a soulmate. So I added just a hint of magic to kind of intrigue me a little more, and I've also added an actual concrete antagonist, because in my original versions of this story, Star's anxiety and insecurity, like her own view of herself, was the antagonist, and that was just, I guess, maybe not strong enough to continue to propel the story forward. So there is now an actual antagonist who in my head was just kind of this stereotypical mean girl, but then I did a plot embryo for her, and I actually like my antagonist and feel really sorry for her, and maybe in the future I'll be able to kind of tell her story and redeem her, so I'm looking forward to that. So this is my notebook for Possibly Maybe, which the title might not stick. It's just what I've been calling it now for so long. I might try and come up with a more cutesy, soulmatey title when I finish it, but I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself because finishing is a big problem for me. So, I mentioned the plot embryo. That is just a system that I very much enjoy. It is Rachael Stevens' Story Magic Academy, which I have made a video about. I did the course. I ended up loving it. I only recommend it if you are an obsessive plotter and can spare the money because it is fairly expensive, but I ended up loving it, and so it really does help me to flesh out my characters and come up with an actual theme and arc and all of that fun stuff. So I did Star's embryo, but then I didn't actually fill it out on the plot embryo sheet because I wanted it in here. So Rachael Stevens would probably hate this. I just did sectors, and I mean, giving myself this space is essentially kind of the same thing that she uses the worksheet for, because you don't want to write too much in a space, so you have to give yourself a limited space because you're just trying to get to, I guess, the concise point of each plot point, if that makes sense. So that was Stars, and then I have Veronica is the antagonist in the story. I have her tragic plot embryo because there are two: heroic plot embryo and a tragic plot embryo. So in a story where there's a typical hero and villain, you would use, you know, the heroic for the hero, the tragic for the villain. But if I do in the future, you know, write about Veronica, I would probably do a separate heroic embryo for that arc specifically. And then I'm too much of a planner, it's my downfall, but besides Star's plot embryo, which is essentially the whole story just, you know, focused on her basically, I also have outlined using the Save the Cat beats. I have 3 pages of that, just so I knew, you know, what the beginning of the story was going to look like and what the end of the story was going to look like, so that I can work on getting there. I was thinking of also trying to play around with Katytastic's 27 chapter method of outlining, which I have also mentioned on this channel. Those are like my 3 favorite ways of planning a story: Story Magic Academy, Save the Cat, and 27 chapter method. Like, I love all 3 of those. So a part of me was almost considering taking the Save the Cat outline that I have and fleshing it out a little more with the 27 chapter one. I haven't decided. Maybe I'm gonna do it. You know, it could be fun, could help me to really get a feel for this story, or it could just be me being terrified to start, like I always am. So I don't know yet. But the thing I'm actually going to do today is take the Save the Cat handwritten outline and transfer it into Scrivener so that I have it in my Scrivener. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today, actually. My boyfriend went to his parents' house. I just didn't feel like going. Usually I do. But this weekend I just really wanted to write because, like I said, I just have been focusing on fan fiction, and now I'm ready to just get back into it. So I've typed up Save the Cat's outline. Save the Cats. I've typed up the outline using the Save the Cat beat sheet method. I think I am going to do the 27 chapter method as well, just because, I don't know. I don't know, it's just, I think I'll feel much more comfortable if I do it that way, and I'm having fun, so that's all I can really hope for, because if I'm not having fun, I will probably slip into another pit of despair where I disappear for months on end. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm a little hungry, so I might get a snack and rewatch one of Katytastic's videos. I don't know if I'm gonna watch like her really old one where she was plotting. Oh my god, what was it? The story sounded so interesting and I can't remember. It was about magic. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that one or watch her most recent one after she's kind of perfected her method. Maybe I'll put them on like a faster speed and watch both of them. I don't know, but that's what I'm going to do for now, is snack and rewatch those videos and really get a feel for that method again, because it's been a little while since I've played around with it. My Save the Cat beat sheet is a good skeleton. But another thing, if you are new here, I am the kind of writer who just outlines like crazy, because if I don't have an outline, I have no idea where I am. My outline is my map and my compass, and without it, I am completely lost, and so I need a detailed outline. And it is a really, like, thin line. Like, I do have to balance between too much outlining that makes me feel creatively, like, suffocated to where I can't be creative because I have to follow the outline, because my brain is very black and white, and if I have an outline, I do accept in my head that what is in the outline must happen in the story. You know, that is something I struggle with. But also, if I don't have enough of a detailed outline, I flounder and give up. So it is a delicate balance that I have to strike between the two when I'm outlining, but I'm going to have fun with it, because I'm reaching the point where it's like I beat myself up so much when I'm not finishing my projects, when I'm not being as productive as I feel I should be, and for what? It makes me depressed. I drop off the face of the earth. I stop talking to my friends, and for what? Because I didn't finish a story. It might be different if writing was my bread and butter and how I kept an admittedly shitty roof over my head, but a roof nonetheless. But it's not. That's what my full-time job is for. And if it takes me a little while to write a story, or if I'm more focused on having fun with a story, and that's why it takes me a while, I have to be okay with that, because at the end of the day, I do have to take care of my mental health. I'm just trying to be better, and that is kind of a constant theme in my vlogs, is that I know what's wrong with me as a writer. I know what my flaws are, I know what my weaknesses are, and I'm just constantly trying to be nicer to myself and vowing to do better. So that is a reoccurring theme on this ride. Welcome to the shit show. But yeah, so I'm gonna load up those videos, I'm gonna eat me a snack, and play around with this 27 chapter method, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so I watched both of those videos that I had mentioned. I'll try to remember to link them down below. I had a snack, and so I'm going to do it. I have my Save the Cat outline here. It is 5 o'clock in the evening, so I'm sure my boyfriend will be on his way home soon. He'll let me know, and then I'm gonna start dinner. So I don't know how long I have, but it would be cool if I could maybe do all of Act 1 today. Outline, I mean, obviously not writing it. Okay, so I just finished outlining all of Act 1. It is different going from Save the Cat to this 27 chapter method, because here is essentially the beats of the 27 chapter method. Obviously, 27 beats for 27 chapters versus 15? Yeah, 15 beats for the Save the Cat method. So technically, the end of Act 1 going by the 27 chapter method is technically the beginning of Act 2 in the Save the Cat method. So, for example, I got down to chapter 3 in the very first block of Act 1, and it was like, oh, that's the end of Act 1 in Save the Cat. But then I was able to work out block 2 up to chapter 6, which is a consequence chapter, and then I was like, shit, because that was already all the way in beat 7 on Save the Cat. I mentioned earlier my thinking is very black and white. I think it's the autism. It sucks. But so I was like, alright, let's just push forward and see what I can do. So that left chapters 7, 8, and 9 in block 3 of Act 1. And I was actually able to come up with a way to work in my B plot, which is Star's love of baking and her desire to open up her own like bakery or baking company, something to that effect. So I'm happy I was able to kind of start weaving that in early on. But also, chapter 8 is a plot twist, and it's not like a super major plot twist in this story at least, but I actually came up with something fun. I mean, not for Star. So that's fun for me. But yeah, so I have completely outlined Act 1, and I think I prefer the 27 chapter method, but I think the Save the Cat method helps me in terms of pacing the story out and knowing what the full story looks like. So I think this will probably be what I do in the future for my stories, is a quick Save the Cat outline, and then I'm going to flesh it out with 27 chapters because I just feel like that's gonna work for me. So it is 5:27, so that only took me like 25 minutes really. I have not yet heard from my boyfriend, so unless he's forgotten to text me, he should not be on his way home. So I'm not going to start cooking yet, and I am going to start block 4, the first block in Act 2. Okay, so I jinxed myself and my boyfriend is on his way home, so I have started dinner. And yeah, I am going to stop what I'm doing for now so I can work on dinner. I did chapters 10 and 11, so chapter 12 is the old juxtaposition chapter, and that is where I'm leaving off. And I'm feeling pretty good. This was just going to be like a one-day vlog, but I think I'm actually going to film tomorrow, or try to at least, and try to finish my entire outline. So, you know, the next time you see me, I will hopefully be working on this again. Okay, so it is Sunday, and I don't know why I feel the need to tell you since I filmed stuff to show you before this clip, but I finished my outline, my 27 chapter outline. I am incredibly happy with it. I was able to add more fleshed out scenes that weren't initially like included in my original like bare bones Save the Cat outline, like scenes involving Star's family and Rossi's family even, and just more fleshed out, more real scenes. So I'm super excited about that. And I am going to not start writing today because it is already 12:50 and I have to cook dinner tonight. I'm doing like a casserole, so I have to pre-cook the chicken and then make the casserole itself. And I'm hungry now, so I want to eat some lunch. And then I might play a game or something, I'm not sure. I'm also reading a book that I might want to read a chapter of. Since I have you here, I'll just tell you what book it is in case you're interested. So it is called Changing Majors. And it is like this college romance about the main character. Her name is Bailey. She comes from a religious family, so she goes and she gets a scholarship to this college from her church, but she's struggling with the fact that she is a lesbian. And I normally don't really like stories where the focus is I'm gay and my life is miserable because I can't come out or something, because, you know, I feel like gay people always, in stories at least, you know, they always have to suffer, and it's like mostly I just want to read stories about people who are comfortable and allowed to just enjoy being gay. but it is a well-written story, so I'm enjoying it. I think actually the most important thing is getting all of this footage uploaded and edited so that I can post it tomorrow. And unfortunately, I already did yesterday's footage this morning, so this should be a piece of cake. And I will get this vlog up as soon as I can and try to stay on top of things. Depending on how things go, it would be cool this week to film like a weekly writing vlog, even if it's just every day showing an update of how many words were written or something. I have been looking for websites that allow you to track word count. I used to use my Write Club, but it hasn't been updated since I discovered it, and so I don't know. It's still in its beta, it doesn't load right for me all the time. And then I found a site called Pacemaker, but it is extremely complicated and I'm struggling to understand it. If I can possibly find like maybe a video tutorial of other people using it, maybe I'll start using it. I don't know. For now, I will probably just post about my updates on my Instagram, which is always linked down below. All my social medias are, but my Instagram is my most used one. I just prefer it, even though it seems to be trying to rebrand itself as a discount TikTok now, which really bothers me because I do not like TikTok. But yeah, so finished my outline. I'm super freaking pumped about it. I'm going to actually start writing this novel tomorrow and going to do my best to have fun with it and not pressure myself with it. And it's felt good to film and to be creative and, you know, do it at the same time. And I'm using my ring light finally. I got it and then stopped filming because I went through my little depressive funk, but now I can use it and it's cool. It has multiple settings. I don't like that. Can't stand that one, so I just use this one. But yeah, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be filming. My hair is very weird if I don't do anything with it, so sorry if it looks a mess. But yeah, so how is your writing going? Leave me a comment down below, let me know. I know Camp Nano like just ended, which is kind of crappy that I didn't get back into writing soon enough to participate in the last session of Camp Nano for this year. So now I have to wait until November to do a NaNoWriMo event. But maybe that's for the best, maybe I would have stressed myself out too much. But did you participate in Camp Nano, and what did you do? Did you have fun? Did you hit the goal that you set, or did you realize maybe you were a little ambitious, which is totally okay. You don't have to always hit your goals, you know, you're human, which is a lesson I am still trying to learn myself. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, all that fun stuff down below. Follow my Instagram. You can ignore my other social medias. I hate Twitter, so you know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.